in order to strengthen that following, we are to be transformed by the renewal of our minds in the truth incarnate that is Jesus Christ. I turn also to the gospel according to Matthew, this familiar scene where Jesus, as he often does in the gospel, forewarns the disciples that he will suffer greatly and be killed, but on the third day be raised. I think we can tell from St. Peter's response, much like ours would likely have been, God forbid, Lord, no such thing shall ever happen to you. I can imagine in part of Jesus' response, him thinking, Peter, did you really hear me? Peter seems to have heard. He will suffer greatly and be killed. But he seems not to have heard. And on the third day be raised. And so Jesus goes on to say, you are not thinking as God does, but as human beings do. Of course, Peter could retort, well, Lord, that's all I am, a human being. That's all any of us are. But that renewal of our minds that St. Paul calls us to helps us to begin to move toward at least thinking as God does. And in God's thinking, His Son has shown us that suffering death on a cross can bring redemption when that offering is given by the Son of God. The renewal of our minds, thinking like God, is to accept that truth for ourselves. Redemptive suffering. The crucifix shows us its power. We make the sign of the cross. And yet we easily, like St. Peter, shy away, shed for us all.